let's jump into chapter 19. Yes. We are reading The Restaurant at the End of the Universe by Douglas Adams, and this is chapter 19. One of the major selling points of that wholly remarkable travel book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, apart from its relative cheapness and the fact that it has the words "Don't Panic" written in large, friendly letters on its cover, is its compendious and occasionally accurate glossary. The statistics relating to the geosocial nature of the universe, for instance, are deftly set out between pages 900 and 38,324 and 938,326. And the simplistic style in which they are written is partly explained by the fact that the editors, having to meet a publishing deadline, copied the information off the back of a packet of breakfast cereal, hastily embroidering it with a few footnotes in order to avoid prosecution under the incomprehensibly tortuous galactic copyright laws. It is interesting to note that a later and wilier editor sent the book backward in time through a temporal warp and then successfully sued the breakfast cereal company for infringement of the same laws. Here is a sample. The universe. Some information to help you live in it. 1. Area. Infinite. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy offers this definition of the word infinite. Infinite. Bigger than the biggest thing ever, and then some. Much bigger than that, in fact. Really, amazingly immense. A totally stunning size. Real, wow, that's big time. Infinity is just so big that by comparison, bigness itself looks really titchy. Gigantic multiplied by colossal multiplied by staggeringly huge is the sort of concept we're trying to get across here. Number 2, imports. None. It is impossible to import things into an infinite area, there being no outside to import things from. Number 3, exports. None. See imports. Number 4, population. None. It is known that there are an infinite number of worlds, simply because there is an infinite amount of space for them to be in. However, not every one of them is inhabited. Therefore, there must be a finite number of inhabited worlds. Any finite number divided by infinity is as near to nothing as makes no odds, so the average population of all the planets in the universe can be said to be 0. From this, it follows that the population of the whole universe is also 0, and that any people you may meet from time to time are merely products of a deranged imagination. Number 5, monetary units. None. In fact, there are 3 freely convertible currencies in the galaxy, but none of them count. The Altarian dollar has recently collapsed. The Flanian pobble bead is only exchangeable for other Flanian pobble beads, and the Trigantic pew has its own very special problems. Its exchange rate of 8 ningus to 1 pew is simple enough, but since a ningai is a triangular rubber coin 6,800 miles along each side, no one has ever collected enough to own 1 pew. Ningais are not negotiable currency because the galactic banks refuse to deal in fiddling small change. From this basic premise, it is very simple to prove that the galactic banks are also the product of a deranged imagination. Number 6, art. None. The function of art is to hold the mirror up to nature, and there simply isn't a mirror big enough. See point 1. 7, sex. None. Well, in fact, there is an awful lot of this, largely because of the total lack of money trade, banks, art, or anything else that might keep all the non-existent people of the universe occupied. However, it is not worth embarking on a long discussion of it now because it really is terribly complicated. For further information, see Guide Chapters 7, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16, 17, 19, 21 to 84 inclusive, and in fact, most of the rest of the guide. And that, my darlings, is the end of Chapter 19. Or, should I say, and that, my dear deranged imaginations, is the end of Chapter 19.